There's a new wave of buyers in this market, and you might be someone who's thinking of a move at the moment and you want to take a bit of comfort from some of the people that are like you and have taken the leap. I'm going to go through a few of the potential issues that you'll find, but also the benefits that you'll have from this as well. And I'll give you some real examples of others that have done it and how they felt afterwards. So if you're living in a home at the moment where you don't owe anything on a mortgage, the interest rates aren't a concern for you, but you do need to downsize and you're concerned about the energy costs, this video is specifically for you. Now, I think the reason that people are starting to come back into the market at this level is because in the previous 2 years post-pandemic, there was a low interest rate available from the Bank of England. That meant bank and building societies were offering very, very low interest rates, and it increased the number of applicants registered. At that point, we probably had around 1,500 people registered on our database between our 3 offices in Droitwich, Worcester and Malvern. That number on our database now is reduced to around 900, so a significant reduction in applicants looking for homes. At the same time, we're now finding that more properties are coming onto the market. So back then you had a lot of competition with people wanting to buy a property and there wasn't much choice around. Now we've found that there's been a reduction in the number of applicants registered and there is more properties coming to the market. We're finding we're probably up by about 20 to 25% on our stock levels versus what we were on at this point last year. So the great thing is there's now a little bit more choice than there has been in previous years. I think also the reason that people are looking to downsize is because of the concern about the energy prices. And whilst we're not using much energy during the summertime, they're thinking ahead to what winter's going to look like this year and the winters going forward. And so they're taking the opportunity now to make that downsize. There's lots of benefits if you are to downsize. Of course, on a monthly basis with your pension income, there'll be less money going out, and that will mean that you've obviously got more money to enjoy for yourself because you're heating less of a home. You'll also have the benefit of less to maintain, which might actually allow you to go away for a little bit longer or spend more time with family, friends, or in different parts of the world or country. The other thing we're finding is that some people are doing it because it gives the younger generation in their family the chance to get onto the ladder. So it's called generational wealth, where you're passing money down the ladder essentially to assist maybe it is your grandchildren to get onto the ladder and start their property journey. We all know obviously house prices now are a lot higher than they used to be, and without a big opportunity for the deposit from a loved one, it's very, very hard for first-time buyers to save enough money to get onto the ladder. So there's lots of positive outcomes. Now, I said I'll give you a live example of this, and we've recently had a chain complete where we had 2 people in it that were downsizing. It was a chain of 5. At the bottom of the chain, there was a first-time buyer. They were buying a 2-bedroom property. The people from a 2-bedroom property were moving into a 4-bedroom home. The vendors of that home were the first of this example where they were downsizing into a smaller property, looking to reduce some of their costs. They wanted to stay in the same town, the place that they love, but they didn't need as much space and they wanted to reduce some of their outgoings. They've moved from their 4-bedroom detached home into a 3-bedroom detached home. So they've got rid of a bedroom they weren't using, have kept a lot of the downstairs space they want because it had a conservatory on the back, but have now got, in a nice cul-de-sac location, a smaller home with a lower council tax band and lower energy costs or running costs. The person from that 3-bedroom detached home downsized again. So that's the second person on the same situation, looked for the downsize, and they've downsized into a 2-bedroom new build property in a lovely village just outside Droitwich Spa. The reason for their downsize was that they wanted to enjoy less maintenance and they wanted to get the energy efficiency from a new home to keep those running costs down. So there's a lot of positives when you come to downsizing, and whilst it might be a daunting prospect to put your home onto the market when you haven't seen the property you want to buy yet, I wanted to talk you through some tips as to what you can do. Having a valuation from an estate agent will give you an idea of what your home is worth. It will also then give you an idea what the differential is going to be between what your home is worth and what you're going to need to spend for the next property. I'd highly recommend that you do go out and view some properties as well, or speak to the estate agent or the person that's coming out to value your home, describe what you're looking for and let them give you an idea of what type of budget you're going to need. Now, it's known that if you're coming from a 4-bedroom detached house and you're downsizing into a bungalow, you do typically pay a premium for a bungalow. So you may not find that there's a massive saving, but you've got to remember there's a lot of other benefits than just the financial difference between your sale price and the purchase price of a bungalow. A more energy efficiency property is going to give you a lot of savings over a number of years. And ultimately, you're not going to have those stairs to worry about in years to come where it may be difficult to climb them. Your concerns might be that you won't ever find another property. And the way that the estate agency industry works in the UK, we often work, and we do certainly work, with a no sale, no fee offering. So our estate agency fee is only due if we find you the right property. The only cost to you at the beginning is for an energy performance certificate, and an energy performance certificate costs £95. So that's the only outlay you'll find if you were to use Nickel & Co to sell your home at this stage. The only time you would pay an estate agent a fee is if we found you the perfect property, you had all the conveyancing work done, and you went on to complete on that purchase. That is when the estate agency fee becomes due. But let's be honest, that's when you found the right home and everything's been done satisfactorily. You may also be concerned about what it means to declutter and get rid of the belongings that you've had for a number of years in the home that you're living in. And trust me, I have parents that have downsized from a 7-bedroom farmhouse to a 3-bedroom semi, and after the adjustment, they feel it was the best thing they could have done. We'd flown the nest, 3 children had left, there was no need to have the large home anymore. So it is, I can say hand on heart, something that's actually very, very positive. You'll have things that you have looked at and kept over years and years and years, but you genuinely no longer use anymore. And this process, it may begin with decluttering and having a look at really what you want to take with you to your next home. It may be you want a complete fresh start and you want to go with new furniture in the new property, as the person that I was talking about earlier actually ended up doing. They got custom furniture, or they got furniture that fitted the space in the new home, including bits and pieces like wardrobes. So the benefits, we've said, there's going to be financial freedom. You'll have chance to help out your family, a younger family member perhaps, if they need a deposit to get onto the ladder. It may help towards university fees. It could help towards something else that needs to go on in the family lower down. You're going to have less to maintain, and you're going to have that freedom to not worry about going away for an extra week. Maybe you want to travel the UK a little bit more. Maybe you want to go back to where you were born, spend a bit more time there. And if you haven't got a massive garden to come back to look after, then that's one thing you've got less to worry about as well. It may also be that with your purchase, if you were to buy a new build, that there's less maintenance costs. And as time goes on with a home, you could be starting to worry about what it would cost to replace a bathroom or a kitchen if there was a problem. Some practical tips that we can give you, if you are to think about the downsize, when we come out to see you for the valuation, we can give you some advice on how to stage your home to get the best possible price. Whilst you are doing this, we still want to maximise the value we can obtain for your property. There are a lot of buyers still looking to upsize. So whilst you're looking to downsize, there's a large number of people looking to move into the area and upsize. So if we can make your home feel spacious, then we're going to help you to make sure we get the maximum value. If this sounds like you and it appeals that you'd like to have some more advice on this subject, why don't you get in touch with the team, either through our social media channels, pop into an office, or give us a call. We'd love to give you some personalised advice on how we can assist you with the next move if you're looking to downsize.